As you know that the situations in Kashmir right now were very, very upsetting, and just because of a few people, a few members who were trying to exploit everything there. And as we mentioned earlier in the previous vlog, we talked about the JAAC, how it's exposed right now, and what are the actual objectives they were getting in the name of inflation and other public services. So actually sometimes when you plan to do something intentionally, but you don't have a clear motive behind that, you don't have the clear plan behind that, so you expose one day. Because you know what, there are so many countries, I always say this, that there are so many countries including India, Afghanistan, they are just like, they always want something to happen in Pakistan so that they can talk about that on their media. And you must have seen that AI, especially since AI has came into being, a few channels are really taking the benefit of it, because they're using the fake images, they're using the fake pictures, the fake videos, because they don't have their own stuff to show up, because they have so much going around, things which are worse to tell, but they cannot show those, so they just focus on what is going on in Pakistan. And when they hear a little thing, they just carry that stuff and they shape it and they just frame it and they just show to their people that, oh my god, what's going on in Pakistan. So such things do not really exist in the real world, because of course they have their media, we have our media, and we can say whatever is going on, and that's the reality actually, because we are living here, we know what's going on. So these people who are being initiated by those countries, whether I talk about India or Afghanistan, or there are also a few countries who just try to put some hatred towards their minds just to make mess in Pakistan. But this is always, not gonna happen, and this is finally over. And we always fight with these kind of things usually. So talking about Kashmir, how things were going worse there, how the situations were really disturbed, just because of a few people, because they think that they can come out in the name of the public service and the public rights and talking about inflation and other things. So I just want to ask a few questions to them. How can you help people by blocking the roads, by damaging the public properties, by insulting your law enforcers, by just spreading hate and the hate campaigns towards your political leaders? Like, how can you do that? And how can you insult your own people? So I'm very glad that there are so many people there in Kashmir, and almost all of them, they're no much interested in all this, because they believe that if they are living in Pakistan, of course everything will gonna sort out one day. There are problems, there are issues, but they are there. There are so many people who are working to solve all these issues, and with a mindset just to come out, they mostly do that. Not only in Kashmir, there are also a few places where people just come out with some deliberately having something in their minds, and they just come out to have their own benefits, and they tell public that we are coming out for your benefit. But actually public has no interest with this, because their problems are still unsolved, because what they think they want to do, they actually create mess for them, and they're not solving their problems, they are making it more difficult and more complicated by blocking the roads, by disturbing the markets and everything. And due to that, of course, the everything is stopped whenever there is such kind of protest. Protests are really good when they're peaceful, when they have a specific narrative. But having a fake narrative and having the hatred campaigns all over it, and then disturbing the whole environment, it has really no benefit. And I'm glad that such things, whenever they happen, we have so many people working around who stop all this. I believe the law enforcement, the powers and the forces here in Pakistan, they know how to stop all this, because if there are our people, of course they will take care of everything. But we cannot bear anything which is initiated by another country just to create the mess all over here. This is really not acceptable, and of course it has to be stopped one day, because eventually Pakistan is a country of peace, and Pakistan is a country of we have to do so much. We have a lot of work to do. We cannot spend ourselves on these kind of stuff just for a specific group and their personal benefits. We don't have time to listen to all these and to just face all these issues. So I'm glad. And of course, one more thing, whoever is listening to me, you should tell me in the comments that do you really think such kind of protests and such kind of hatred actually mean anything? Do they really worth it? And if don't, then just comment that please stop all this, because we have to stop this, to not only in Kashmir, but of course everywhere, wherever it's happening. Whenever a hate is spreaded, it has no benefit at all, and it ends really, really badly.